wormhole has opened in 2020.
Eureka! At last! At last my time machine is
Sir, some
working!
human beings are watching you right now.
Oh, hey there, if you can hear me. I made this time machine to travel to December 2019 in Wuhan, China and stop the COVID-19 pandemic somehow, so that I don't have to read an entire history chapter on COVID-19. But unfortunately, my time machine has stopped in 2020. But there is no problem in telling you how this works. You see, there are many ways to build a time machine, but mine is based on wormholes. These wormholes are like tunnels connected to different space and time. If you travel through one of them, the other end would lead you to a different location in a different time. But there is a problem with these wormholes. They collapse nearly the instant they are created, unless you have something called exotic matter or negative energy to stabilize them. Now this exotic matter can be created in Casimir Effect. But to understand it, let's start with some basic things. The very basic fundamental things of this universe. You see, everything in this universe is made up of these 17 particles. There are particles that forms the atoms, which eventually form all the stuffs that you see around. There is a particle that causes your mass. There are particles that causes all the forces in this universe, and so on. Now, these particles are not like tiny balls. These pictures may mislead. According to quantum field theory, these particles are vibrations in something called quantum fields. You may think of these quantum fields like a fluid, and whenever there is a ripple created, we observe that as particles. Now, these quantum fields are present everywhere in this universe, even in a vacuum, where there is no particle. As there is no particle, we expect that there should be no vibration. But this is not allowed by Heisenberg's energy-time uncertainty principle. So there is always some vibrations in vacuum. These vibrations are known as vacuum fluctuations. Now, as there is vibrations, there will be particles. But these particles are somewhat different. They just appear and disappear like ninjas. They are known as virtual particles. Now, let's get back to the Casimir effect. In Casimir effect, we keep the conducting place less than a micronepert in a vacuum, which eventually creates the negative energy. The explanation goes something like this. Normally in a vacuum, the amount of virtual particles appearing and disappearing are same. So the overall energy throughout the space is also same. But when we introduce to conducting place, it restricts virtual particles of certain energy. So fewer virtual particles can appear and disappear in between the place. So the overall energy in between the place is less than the normal space, effectively creating the negative energy. Now here comes the twist. As per the science of 2020, this negative energy created is most probably countered by much bigger positive energy of the plates themselves. So you can't create that much negative energy to stabilize the wormholes and build your own time machine. So sad. But I am not from 2020. Let me tell you how to amplify it.
Wormhole is collapsing.
Wait!